Welcome, dogs, to the 221B Tactical YouTube Live. Thank you for joining us today. Hopefully, our audio, our video, and everything else is set. We're trying to get everything perfected for you guys. So, tonight we're going to talk about something that has come up a lot in some of the videos we've posted recently that involve officers who were maybe not in the best shape, didn't have the proper training. A lot of comments came in. There's a lot of comments coming in from people who are on the job and people who are off the job. So we're going to talk about the topic that's uncomfortable that a lot of people don't want to talk about, which is should there be a minimum requirement for fitness for people who are in the first responder arena, especially police officers who are coming out there, putting their lives on the line, and they're out there to protect you and take care of you and keep you safer. And God forbid you need help, jump to action. So, is it something that should be required for police officers to be in a certain degree of shape, a certain level of shape? And then we're going to talk about the training, the aspect of what training should they have? Should certain training be required? Should certain training be mandatory? Whatever it might be. So, in future episodes, what we're going to do as we progress is we're going to have people call in from around the country, and we're going to have people give their input, people who are on the job, and we're open to even bringing in civilians to um, give their input. Because what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're getting the input from a broad spectrum of people, not just the police community. Although a lot of the comments that were negative about some of the officers and some of the videos that we had posted to our Facebook and Instagram, a lot of them came from police officers. So it's not something that it's just a public civilian standpoint. Really, it's something that is a general standpoint. So we're going to get into some of that as well. So I don't know how many people we got on here, but however many we got, we're going to go with it. And we are going to do a giveaway at some point this evening. So I will let everyone know about the giveaway as well. So the point of police officers being in shape has to do with what they have to do for a living on the job. So are they in a position where they can do the job effectively and not only help the public, but also help their partners in the event that their partners need help? So we asked this question based on some of the videos that we've posted, and we want to get a response from people around the country to say, okay, this is something that's not acceptable, something that should be a standard. And you're a police officer, at any minute, you're going to be called to not only help someone in the public, a civilian, a citizen, but you could any second be called to save your partner's life. In a couple of videos we've seen officers that, and of course these are going viral, we've seen officers that simply weren't in shape and they didn't have the skill to fight and to subdue uh, a subject that was fighting with them. And a lot of the times, if they don't have the skill or the physical fitness to take care of the situation, they have to go to a weapon. They have to go to their taser. They have to go to a baton. They have to go to their, God forbid, their sidearm. So the question comes into play is it an officer safety issue for your fellow officers? And is it a public safety issue when it comes to the civilians you're dealing with? An officer that not only is in good shape, but also has some training behind him or her that allows them to more readily subdue a subject based on their physical fitness and their training, their ability to fight, whether that's, and now that's whether it's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. A lot of guys are now doing the Krav Maga. A lot of guys just do regular, let me not say regular karate or taekwondo or a version of those. Some people do Muay Thai, whatever it might be that you're doing, a basic baseline ability to fight. That's the question that is out there right now is, should this be required of police officers? And If it is required of police officers, should departments be paying for it? Should it become part of your biannual training? Should it be monthly training? Or if you want to go on your own, should departments pay for it? So there's that balance there that people want to see, and especially from the public. The public realizes that if an officer is not in shape and they don't have the capacity to fight, they're going to be relegated to using a weapon, and that weapon could take someone's life. And there are situations that, and a lot of in some of the videos that we posted, some people had posted. Now a lot of people don't like to see it, but a lot of people had posted that, oh, this person should have been shot. Well, that might not necessarily be the answer to shoot someone because you don't have the ability to subdue them. But in a lot of instances, and a lot of people made these comments on some videos we posted with female officers. Some of the commenters saying, you know, females shouldn't be police officers, which we'll get into in a little bit. They don't have the strength, they don't have the capacity, and if something goes down, their only option because of their lack of strength is to draw a weapon and shoot someone and possibly kill someone. Um, that's a different conversation for a different time. But the premise of what we're talking about today is fitness in general. We'll get to the fighting a little bit later, and we touched on that a little bit last time. But let's talk about the fitness part. We've all seen the police officers that are grossly out of shape, overweight, and look terrible in their uniform. And people are looking at these people and saying, how is this person a police officer? How is this person going to help me when I'm in need? How is this person going to chase down someone who just robbed me? How is this person going to take care of me, a tax-paying civilian resident, when it doesn't even look like they can take care of themselves? So that's a valid question that I've heard many civilians ask, but it's not just a question that civilians should be asking. It's really a question that your fellow officers should be asking you. So if you're working right now side by side with an officer who's out of shape, overweight, whatever it might be, you got to ask yourself, is that disrespectful to you and your safety and your livelihood? Because now, because of their neglect for their fitness and their health, if something happens to you and they are not able to act accordingly, now they're putting it to help you, to save you. Now they're putting your life at risk. And now they're affecting you, your livelihood, your family. So, is that something that is incumbent upon them, should be required by them, rather, to do, to take care of? And if they don't, is it a disrespect to you? Is it disrespect to the not only the public but the fellow coworkers? That's a question that a lot of people are asking. Let's see. We got a comment here. Canine gunner tackle. I think that all the time. How is this person going to come to my kid's school and be able to maintain the physical ability to run, then relax and make accurate shots on target and drag my kids to safety? And that's the God's honest truth. And people ask that all the time. People are all the time saying, how is this person going to help save me? How is this person going to help save my children? So thank you, Brady over at Canine Gunner Tactical, for the comment. And it's something that a lot of people ask. There is something that I learned early on, and I was told this by a drill instructor, or the head drill instructor at the police academy I went to, which was the first line of defense for any police officer is command presence, which is how you look, how you appear, how you carry yourself as an officer, how your uniform looks. Are you tucked? Is everything squared away? That is your first line of defense. If you have a situation that's going bad and the police arrive and the people involved in the situation stop and turn and look, and they see an officer that is fit, is squared away, high and tight, you name it, everything you could talk about a police officer should be, they're going to look at that person and say, wow, okay. And that's your command presence. And now when that person starts giving you commands, you're more apt to probably listen. Now, same scenario, the melee is on, the fight's on, the assault is on, whatever it might be, or even a car stop, The guy or girl walking up is a sloppy mess, just out of shape, uniform a mess, duty belt a mess, just looking a mess. What is that person going to think? First of all, if that person as an officer starts barking orders, how likely is that person going to be to listen to this person? How am I going to sit here and in good faith listen to someone who is extremely overweight, out of shape, and a complete mess? Are you even going to respect that person? Because clearly they can't even respect themselves. They don't even have the respect for themselves, whatever it might be. So that is something that I've heard from people on the street. I've heard that from people on the street, people you lock up. They'll tell you outright. I've had situations where people saw me come onto a scene and you could tell their mood or their demeanor changed. Why? Well, you're a tall guy, you're fit, you're in shape, your uniform was squared away, you look like you just came out of like a military. And we had where I worked, we had very striking uniforms. So that was something that it really impacted people the second you walked into a room. Now, on the contrary, there are some officers that I'm during business meetings walking around New York City, and I'm not putting down NYPD in any way because they're probably the greatest police force on the face of the earth. But there are some officers that you see on the street corners or walking around, and you say to yourself, how does this officer even get in and out of the car? How does this officer even fit in their uniform, their duty belt? How are they going to even chase a suspect 50 feet? And that is a concern for the public. It's a concern for that officer's partner. Should that partner get in trouble? Is my partner here who's 100 pounds overweight and out of shape and can't run 50 feet? Is that guy gonna or that girl gonna be able to help me if things go down and I'm struggling? So that is the respect, or let me say the disrespect, that some people are looking at when they see police officers in this way, in this capacity. And I'm not one to look down on people that say that. I'm one to look at people who they're judging and say, hey, listen, maybe it's time to look in the mirror. Maybe it's time to look in the mirror and ask yourself, what are you doing? What are you doing for your sanctity, for your livelihood, for your health? Are you doing what you need to be doing based on the fact? And listen, you should be healthy either way. If you are a school teacher, if you are a carpenter, whatever it might be, your health is all you have. Once you lose your health, you got nothing. You got nothing, nothing matters. But when you are a police officer and your job is to save other people and possibly save your partners, now that is something where neglecting and being dismissive of your health is, in some people's minds, unacceptable. So that being said, we'll get off of the whether it should be acceptable or not, because that's something for another discussion as well. But we're going to get into the nutrition part of it, which is what most people wanted to know from the standpoint of fitness, nutrition. What's the secret? What's the plan? What are the tricks? Well, the reality is there's no secret. There's no game plan. There's no secret game plan. It's a program. It's a basic set of, let me say, steps you would follow to stay healthy. So it's always easier, as a lot of people say, it's always easier to keep up rather than catch up. So the rule that I tell people is maintain, because it's easier to keep up than catch up. So maintaining your fitness is easy, way easier than if you fall behind, you put on 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, 60 pounds, and now just to get back to even, you got to start by losing 50, 60 pounds. And then from there, you're building upon that for your fitness. So what's the most important thing? What kind of fitness works best for police officers, first responders, and what kind of nutrition works best? Now, I know for a fact, I worked 13 years, working nights, working mids, working whatever you call it, and it's not easy. And, I said this before earlier on a live I did on Instagram. even working day shift, 12-hour day shifts. It's not easy to eat healthy. It's not, but it's also not difficult. It's not difficult from the standpoint of planning and doing some simple, easy things to maintain some good, healthy food within your vicinity, within your reach. So it keeps you from having to make that stop, pick up that unhealthy sandwich, pick up that unhealthy donut, that muffin, whatever it might be, and pick up that unhealthy energy drink. Now, I saw someone posted something the other day, and it was the funniest thing in the world. It was like the millennial police officer starter kit, and it had like these sunglasses and some kind of, I don't know, some other kind of like new mint dip or something, and it had like a Monster Energy drink, and it was actually funny. But the reason why it was funny, it was true. So what I tell people right out of the gate is, if you don't have time to go to the gym, whether your family, your kids, whatever, whatever story you want to tell yourself, that's a story you're telling yourself. Because most of the people who tell me that they don't have time to go to the gym, I take a look at what they do during the day, and they're wasting a whole lot of time. But the story they're telling themselves is that they don't have time. But it is what it is. If you want to tell yourself a story, you want to lie to yourself about one of the most important things that you can take care of, your health, well then, people say, "Oh, I got kids. I don't have time to go to the gym." Well, you should be going to the gym because of your kids. You want to stay around for a long time. The life expectancy of cops post retirement, I think, is like 15 years, which is kind of scary. That's the average. Average. That means some cops are dying within 5 after retirement. So the premise of taking care of your health is paramount. It's paramount to what you do, not only for your vitality, but also for the job that you're doing. So you don't have time to go to the gym. That's the story you're telling yourself. So the least you could do is eat healthy. Eat healthy and prevent the pounds from packing on, calories from stacking up. So people say, "Well, what do you do? What do you eat? What are the healthy options?" Well, I'll tell people that today, even McDonald's drive-through serves salads. I think Wendy's serves salads. So even fast food restaurants today serve salads. Even a healthy option that was a go-to for me during late nights or during shifts that got a little crazy. When I didn't bring my food, I tried to bring my food as much as possible because that's the surefire way, and I'll talk about that in a second. But Wendy's chili, it was a great option. Is the super healthy option. Are there healthier options? Of course. Grilled chicken, you know, asparagus, steamed broccoli. Those are going to be some better options, but the chili from Wendy's was a great option. They have a great baked potato. If you don't do the carb thing, you got to avoid that, but some people do. That's fine. You get a nice baked potato, and you're not getting French fries. There's a ton of meal prep companies out there that do meal prep here in Jersey, and now they're expanding way past Jersey. One of my favorites is Eat Clean Bro. I think it's eatcleanbro.com. You can check it out. They do the meals delivered right to you, whatever kind of diet you're on, whether you're keto, low carb, or you're trying to build mass, whatever it might be. They are preparing a huge variety of meals delivered right to your home. No brainer. You take them with you. Now, I know that some people say, "Well, I got family, I got kids, I can't afford that." Okay, that's great. You can't afford a professional meal service. Okay, got it. And that means you're going to have to take the time to prep these meals yourself. Then the story you get is, "Well, I don't have time to prep these meals myself." Okay, so you don't have the money to get pre-prepared meals delivered to you, but you don't have the time to go and get a whole thing of frozen chicken breast and make some brown rice and steam some broccoli and throw it into the cheap plastic Tupperware things that you get from like the Chinese food restaurant. You don't have time for that. So what do you have time for? You have time to go to a fast food place or to a deli, pick up some garbage, and spend more money on it than you would with either of the other two options. So, once again, that's a story you're telling yourself. You're lying to yourself, and the worst person you can lie to is yourself. And it's something that, in the end, is going to help negatively affect your health and your vitality. So, when it comes to the meal prep, and I'm going to be putting a blog out on this soon, The meal prep is the most important thing. You have to get to the point where you are having the food that you need, that you should be eating, readily available to you. And if you need to stop, you have a preset list of places in town and meals or food that they serve that are on your approved list that they're your go-to. Those are your options. Have it with you. If you're going to pick it up, here are the places you go, and this is what you get. It's a more expensive option, but it's an option that you have to now handle. You have to manage. Time gets the best of us. Time is the most precious commodity. If you don't have the time to meal prep and lay out all the food, and you don't have the money or the resources to do the meals delivered to you, well, then that's the game plan you got to do. But it's a more expensive option, so just keep that in mind. I'm not going to sit here and talk about what you should be eating to stay fit and stay lean. That is the biggest, I think, crock going on right now on Instagram and with all these like health gurus and all that stuff. Listen, everyone knows what to eat. Everyone knows what not to eat. You can go to any restaurant, anywhere, any town, any city in this country. And for the most part, unless you've been living under a rock, you don't have a cell phone and you're just, I don't know. I don't know. You know what to eat and you know what not to eat. You could look at a menu and you could say that's healthy and that's not healthy. It's easy to do. No one can sit here honestly that has any kind of sense about themselves, that's wearing a badge, wearing a uniform, and carrying a gun, has the ability to arrest people, shoot people, to say, I don't know what's healthy here. I don't know what's not healthy. That's a lie. We all know. We all know. The cheese covered, bacon sprinkled French fries are not as healthy as the potato. We know that. The grilled chicken is a little bit healthier than the wrap from 3,000 calorie burrito from Chipotle. Like, we know. Now, the dangerous thing about somewhere like Chipotle is you could say, I'll just do the chicken, I'll do a little brown rice, I'll do the cheese, I'll do the guac, I'll do the salsa, I'll do all the, and then you get this burrito that's like this fat, and it's like 3,000 or 2,800, some crazy calorie count, and it's like this big, and people eat that, and then you're going in the patrol car, and you feel like you need to pass out and take a nap because you just ate a football. That is not healthy. That's not the healthy option that you want. Now, there are healthy options you can do at a place like Chipotle, which is you can just get a little bit of brown rice if you're doing a little bit of carbs. If you're not, you could do it on a bed of salad greens, some of the grilled chicken if you want, or you could do some of the pork. Stay away from the salsas and stuff like that. You could do a little bit of the guacamole if you want, obviously avocado, healthy, and do a light, almost like salad like that, a salad bowl. And that's a great option if you would, rather than the football size burrito. Everywhere has their options. You just need to build the list of what's healthy there. Look up. We all have Google. We all have Google right here on our phones. So we can now Google the calories. Is it healthy? Is it something I should eat? Is it something I shouldn't eat? Look at the carbs. Look at the calories. Look at the sugars in it. See what's in it before you put it in your mouth. Very simple. And you can Google that very easily. Build a list. Give yourself some options. Don't limit yourself to one spot, because if you only have one spot on your list that you go to, you're going to get sick and tired of it. So create a list of 5 or 6 different spots you can go to, and each spot, the items that you can have on your list as the go-to items for that location. Simple as that. If you're going to prepare food at home, you don't need me. You don't need any of these gurus paying, however much a month for their fitness, nutrition. You don't need that. You have the internet, you have the grocery store, and you have your stove and your oven. You know what to make. You know what you should be eating. Veggies, steamed, raw, whatever. Grilled chicken. Turkey breast. Turkey breast is a little leaner. Chicken breast can be fatty, so I always recommend people do turkey. If you're going to do the carb, you're building brown rice. It's okay. All right. You want to do another carb starch, sweet potato. Do some sweet potatoes. Bake a sweet potato. Pull it out, chop it up. There you go. You can put some butter on it. You can put some sour cream on it if you're doing the high fat, you're doing keto. You know what to do, and it's out there. The excuse that you don't know what to do or you don't know what to eat is garbage. That's a story you're telling yourself. Because anyone who doesn't know how to do anything or anyone who doesn't know about something today in 2018, almost 2019, can go to one platform, and it's a platform you're on right now, YouTube. You could just YouTube healthy meals, meal prepping, home, meal prep, whatever. You'll get a whole load of information. And there you go, you follow it out. But it's easy. No one, it's no secret, right? People ask, what did you eat in the patrol car as snacks? My go-to snacks, especially during the midnight shift, but even during day shift, was nuts, mixed nuts. I was a big guy on almonds. Almonds were big, but once in a while, just to change it up, macadamia nuts. Macadamia nuts. I always have a little canister of macadamia nuts with me. If you're on the keto, you probably live and die on macadamia nuts. So a lot of people know that I did the keto for quite some time. I've now incorporated some carbs to for getting a little bit more mass, but the mixed nuts, macadamia nuts, almonds, that's a great snack, great go-to snack. If you want to do fruit, I tell people, hey, listen, if you want to do some blueberries, great antioxidants, some blackberries, raspberries, something quick, something easy. You can pop a few. Okay, great. If you want to do an apple is, once again, it's a little bit of carbs, but if you're not worried about the carbs on standpoint, you're just looking for some clean, healthy snacks. Apple is a clean, healthy snacks. Big thing on keto is cheese. So I tell people, if you want to do low-fat paleo string cheese, but really you could just do the full-fat paleo string cheese and have the string cheeses. They're great. They travel easy. They come in the individual wrappers. It's easy to do. The string cheese is a great option. Greek yogurt. You can get the Greek yogurt in the cups plain, not with all like the sugary strawberries and syrup and all that stuff mixed in, but just plain cup of Greek yogurt. You can throw a couple of blueberries on there and you're good to go. So there are different options. In the morning, easiest thing in most delis and wherever have it, but you could probably just make them at home. Hard-boiled eggs. Hard-boiled eggs it's almost like the perfect food. People say the egg is perfect food. Hard-boiled eggs, great. Make a couple of hard-boiled eggs. If you want to just do a couple of eggs and a couple of egg whites, you could do that too. Easy, simple, really easy to carry with you, easy to eat, fast, and get on the move. You're getting a call for service, you're on the road, whatever it might be. So those are things that I tell people are easy that I did. I love the hard-boiled eggs. I love the almonds, macadamia nuts, the string cheese, the little Greek yogurt cups, grapefruit. Grapefruit's huge, a great metabolism booster. So they sell the little cups of single servings of grapefruit because they get them at Costco or any store, and you get those. Great option. All you need is a plastic fork. Open it up. Great option there. So those are the things. Cottage cheese. Cottage cheese is another great option. They have little cottage cheese singles. A lot of places now. That was another go-to for me that I enjoyed. Salads, of course, are always a great option. Grilled turkey, grilled chicken. Those are great options that are available that you could bring with you or pick up if need be. Most cookie marts and stuff like that, you're going to be able to get, the Greek yogurts. You're going to be able to get the single serving of the cottage cheese and things like that. So very easy. Water consumption is huge. On night shift, drank a lot, and day shift too, drank a lot of water. A lot of water. I'm a big proponent of a gallon a day. Some people are close to a gallon, but I did a blog on this. You start doing a gallon a day, you're going to see things happening to your body and see things happening to your sleep, your mood, everything that you're not even going to believe it. So if you want to learn more about what happens when you drink a gallon of water a day, you would read my blog. It's on 221btactical.com. Great blog on that. So a lot of just useful information that's pulled from different sources. And I just put it all, compiled it based on my knowledge, put it out there for you. So take a look at it. It's great. But most people I know are not even close to drinking the amount of water a day they should be drinking. Like I said, fat loss, metabolism, cleansing. It's just, the list goes on. I'm a big proponent of throwing a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there as well, into one of these servings of water a day. So, some point when you got like 24 ounces of water, whether it's a bottle or not, put a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar in there. I can't even talk about all the health benefits of that. I'm a big proponent of the apple cider vinegar as well. So people know that. You could read about that, Google, YouTube, whatever it may be, whatever you want to use. So when it comes to the fitness side of it, and we're going to just touch on this. A lot of people always ask, and if you guys have any more, going back to the nutrition, if you guys have any more questions about nutrition, you can always send a DM on Facebook or Instagram. The team will get it. If it's a question related to the nutrition thing. A lot of people have been, hey, can you put together a nutrition meal plan or whatever? There's a million out there. You don't need one from me. There's a zillion nutrition meal plans out there for free. You don't need to pay some online Insta trainer, IFBB bikini model person to give you a meal plan. They're out there for you to use. If you want to go to someone who is on Instagram and is a proclaimed nutrition, health, fitness person, and they have a program for nutrition or fitness, and you want to take a look at it, there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you're saying, okay, well, they did the work. They did the work, so I'm just going to buy it from them. You can. There's nothing wrong with that. All I'm saying is you don't need to spend the money on that if you don't have the money. You can just go and do it yourself, and within probably about an hour or two, get a baseline together of what you need and what you should be doing. So my advice on that. When it comes to the fitness end of it, I'll suggest this. A lot of people say, what should I do? Should I do weights? Should I do cardio? Should I do, CrossFit, jujitsu? I tell people, and people sometimes almost get annoyed when they're like, what should I do? I say something. And they're like, what do you mean? Something. Something. If you're not doing anything right now, do something. It doesn't matter what you decide to do. You're going to ask 100 different people and get 100 different answers about what's the ideal fitness program for police officers, for first responders. You get 100 different answers. Some people swear by CrossFit. I love CrossFit. CrossFit's phenomenal. It's great. It's a lot of functional movement. Great for what police officers do. I tell people, if you want to do CrossFit, you want to commit to it, it's great. It's a great community. You're going to meet new people. It's a great family. You find a CrossFit box that fits you, and you're going to have like a second family. So I tell people, if you want to do CrossFit, do CrossFit. You want to do jujitsu, do jujitsu. You're going to burn calories. You're going to learn to fight, and it's something. You're going to get on that mat, and you're going to get off that mat, and you're going to be soaked in sweat. Trust me, you're going to be soaked in sweat. You're going to be sore the next day. You're going to get a great workout. You're going to build up your wind, and you're going to build up your fighting skills that could save your life. Great. Far out. Do it. You want to go to the gym and you want to run on a treadmill? Far out. Run on the treadmill. Go to the gym and just run on the treadmill for an hour. Better than nothing. You want to go to the gym and start lifting weights? Do a little bit of research. Find out the baseline of basic exercises. Once again, right here on YouTube. Google, you can do whatever you want to get that information. You can go to the gym, pull it up on your phone, and just start going through line by line, body part by body part, what exercises you want to do. And you could follow that plan. It's easy. If you want to hire some Instagram personal trainer and get their personal training program, I've used some personal training programs from people on Instagram just because I've been doing the same thing for years that I want to change it up. So I go to someone and I get their personal training program and I follow their program for 12 weeks. A little bit different from the same thing I've been doing for 100 years. So I like it. It changes it up. But if you're just beginning, you could either go that route or you can kind of make up a little bit of a program yourself. The story of I don't know what to do in the gym is a bogus story. No one's believing it because with Instagram, and I must see 1,000 videos a day of people doing exercises in the gym on Instagram. So if you're going to sit here and say, I don't go to the gym, I don't know what to do, I don't know what I'm doing, that means you don't have a pulse. And that's a BS story. No one's believing it. So go on one of the social media platforms, go on YouTube, go on Facebook, whatever it is you want, or just search Google and videos come up that bring you back to YouTube and do a little plan. Say, I'm going to do these 3 exercises. I'm going to watch the videos while I'm right there at the gym. Watch the videos. I'm going to do a weight that feels good to me, and I'm going to go for it. There you go. So the answer of what should I do? The answer is something, anything. Just do something and start from there. If you're new and you're just trying to get into this fitness world, I tell people, okay, far out. Try a few different things. Try a CrossFit box for a couple of weeks. Go and sign up for a month. Papa Neil. Wow, I caught a lot. There you go, Papa Neil. So do that if you can. Far out. It's great. Do it. Try a jujitsu gym for a month. Try an MMA gym for a month. Try a kickboxing gym for a month. Whatever it might be. Sign up for a gym. Say, hey, I want to try a membership for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, whatever it is. And go there and do some cardio, lift some weights, take a couple of classes. Don't be afraid if you're a guy and you want to take some classes and it's all women. It's okay. Trust me, you're probably not going to be able to keep up with any of these women, and it's not going to be embarrassing. It's going to be a learning experience. So try that out. You never know. So once you move down the road and you kind of figure out what discipline you want to focus on, that's when you can hone in and start putting in some more direct practices into that to build your knowledge, build your skill, and of course, grow your fitness and improve your health. So if anyone has any questions around that, feel free to send a DM, Facebook, Instagram. I think you can even comment here on YouTube, probably, and leave a comment about something about a question you have about the fitness end of things to do. I will do a more detailed fitness outline of what I do down the road in a coming blog. We're going to touch on it, and then the full program will probably be in an ebook. Once again, that's for people who simply don't want to take the time to look it up themselves and piece it together themselves. If you simply don't want to take the time to look it up yourself and do it, we're putting one together. I'm putting one together. It's what I've done. It's my practice of what I've done that I feel that's effective for me. And what's effective for me, the diet that I follow that's going to be in the ebook, that's what worked for me. It's worked for quite a few other people that I know, but what's worked for me. So that is what we're putting together for our police, first responders, and anyone in the community that simply wants to maybe lose some weight, get in shape, improve their cardio, improve their stamina, and just be in general better health. It's plain and simple. That's our mission. That's our goal. But going back to the original topic at hand, and I know we'll probably get some comments here, maybe get some messages, emails. Should police officers who are not in shape be required to get in shape? Should agencies threaten to remove them from the job until they get in shape because they're a threat to themselves and others? That's something that people have thrown out there in the comments. We don't know. We don't know what the answer is. But people have said these departments, they have these officers that are extremely out of shape, extremely overweight. They should pull them, suspend them, and say you're a threat. You're a threat to yourself. You're going to drop dead of a heart attack. You're going to drop dead of a stroke. You're a threat to your partners because if something happens to one of your partners, you don't have the physical capacity to help them. You need to lose weight. You need to get in shape, or else you're not wearing the badge anymore. You're not carrying a gun anymore. Should departments do that? Can departments do that? That's a question that a lot of people are asking. If you are an officer and you are in shape and you take pride in yourself, your body, but you work right next to someone who doesn't, should you say something to them? Are they disrespecting you? Are they putting your life on the line? Should something happen to you? Should you go down? Are they going to be able to lift you up physically and carry you to safety? Or are they going to just have to run and hide? Or are they just going to kind of like have to kneel next to you and wait for someone who can help to show up? What's it going to be? When you're in roll call later tonight, tomorrow morning, or the next roll call you're in, look to your right, look to your left, look across from you, look behind you. What do these people look like and what are they capable of doing? If you go down, are they going to be able to help you? And if the answer is no, because some people you're going to look at and you're going to say, hell no. I know this guy or this girl is not going to be able to help me out. Should you say something? Should you say something to your superior? Should you say something to that officer? Should your squad get together and say, hey, we want to help you out here? Because when it comes down to it, if we help you, one day you might be helping us. So it's our job to take care of you. So maybe one day you could take care of us. Should we need it? Should you say, should something be said? Who knows? It's uncomfortable. It's an uncomfortable conversation to have. But there's also people who are civilians on the street looking at you saying, there's no way you can do your job. There's no way you could do your job. And if I called for help, I know you would not be able to help me. You're out of shape, you're overweight, you're a mess. And that's disrespectful to me as a taxpayer. Because when I call for the police and police services, of course, no one is going to say, when I call 911, I need help. I need police services. I want a out of shape, overweight, complete mess of a police officer to show up. No one says that. I don't know if anyone ever said that in history. I don't know if anyone said it. That and I have too much money. I don't know if anyone's ever said I have too much money. Maybe. I don't know. So most people, whether they say it or not, they want a fit, healthy, squared away officer to show up who can handle themselves and handle the task at hand. That's it. That's what they want. No question, whether they say it or not. Whether they say it or not. So the choice is yours. How do you want to be? Do you want to be that person that's a liability, or do you want to be that person that's an asset? You got to look in the mirror, look at yourself right now, and you say, am I a liability to myself, my family, my coworkers, to the public? Am I a liability, or am I an asset? And if you say to yourself anything except I'm an asset, it's time to think really, really hard about what you're doing for a living. If you're a police officer, you got to really take a hard look at what you're doing and ask yourself, because you know what? If you're a school teacher, you're selling cars, you're doing mortgages, you're a contractor, your health is important because there's people who love you and care about you, and you should want to take care of yourself for them, if not just for yourself, your own vitality. But when you're a police officer, your job is to help other people. Your job isn't driving nails or sitting at a desk clicking a mouse. Your job is to help the public and help your fellow officers in a time of need. So maybe you could be out of shape and overweight as a teacher or some other private sector job. Maybe you can be overweight and just disrespect yourself and your family. But when you're a police officer or a first responder, being overweight, out of shape, a lot of people feel is disrespectful, not only to your own body, and to your own livelihood, to yourself, but it's disrespectful to the people you are sworn to help. And it's even more disrespectful to the people who wear the same uniform as you that may need your help one day. And God forbid if you are not able to help them because you've disrespected your health and your well being, and something happens to them and they don't make it, you're not able to rescue them, take care of them, do what you need to do because you physically can't, you are the one that needs to live with that for the rest of your life. And you need to close your eyes and go to sleep every night knowing that your disrespect for your health, your vitality, your body, your fitness may have cost someone else their life, someone else their husband, someone their wife, someone's father, someone's son. The choice is yours. But what's not acceptable is telling a story and making up a story about why you can't do it. No one's buying it anymore. Your coworkers are going to buy it if something happens to them. The public's not buying it because they even know it's unacceptable. So that's what you need to think about and you need to make a decision. You have questions, you can send a DM in 221 Be Tactical on Facebook or on Instagram. You could comment here with your questions. The team reviews the comments and let us know what you're thinking. Go to the blog, read some of the blogs that we have on health and nutrition, surviving the midnight shift, fitness. Leave comments there. The team monitors the blogs and you'll get a response. Include your email address. And it's that simple. So hopefully we learned something tonight, whether on the fitness end, nutrition end, planning end. But step one is to write down step one on a piece of paper of what you're going to do tomorrow. That's step one. Step one is writing the words step and the number one on a piece of paper and saying what you're going to do tomorrow. First thing. Because if you don't have a plan, you're out. If you don't have a punch list, you're out. You're behind the game. You can't just say, you know what, I think I know what I'm going to do. I think I know what I'm going to do tomorrow. No, it doesn't work like that. You got to have that punch list. Make the punch list. The first thing you're going to do, the second thing, the third thing, get done. Get it done. Do it. Hold yourself accountable. That's it. You got to own it. You have to own it. And you have to own the consequences for what may happen to you or someone else, your family, your partner. You have to own the consequences should something happen to them. That's it. So, hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully you could take something away from this. Share this video, comment, tag, whatever you can do here on YouTube. Whatever you want to do it. But maybe it could help one person live a little bit better life, be a little safer, be a little healthier. You never know. So, there's going to be a link below for some of the things that I did one of the blog probably, and to some of the products. A lot of people ask me, what do you do? Some of the basic stuff like food stuff, nutrition stuff. I'll just put links to the companies that I go to for products, and I don't have any affiliation with them. You can just go to them, and if you like the stuff, you read about it, you order, you can give it a try. If not, you could just Google and find something else you like, or go on Amazon and find something you like, read the reviews and get something from there. You know, it's pretty simple. Some of the basics are, like I said, water. You can get any kind of water. Just drink water. You could put a purifier on your tap at home. This stuff is overachieving H2, Essentia, but it's supposedly pH balanced. I like it. This smart water, pretty good. For energy, more of a natural energy, not some of that monster stuff. Listen, I, from time to time, do have a Monster, a Bang, a Red Bull. Of course. Some of them are delicious. But you're working the night shift, you want to boost something a little bit cleaner, more natural. I love this stuff right here. I don't know if you guys can see. It's called Tria. Collagen based. It's gonna make you feel good. It's gonna make you look good. A great energy source. I'll put the link for that, and I'll put a little rundown of some of my favorite snacks that I mentioned earlier, that are my go-tos during the night shift and day shift. So you can check it out. See what you think. Let me know. Thank you for everyone who's going to be watching, who watched this live, and who's going to be watching this in the future. Don't forget to comment, like, and most importantly, not for me, but for someone you care about, share. Share the video. Let them know. And we're not here to worry about subscribers or followers or any of that stuff. We're just putting out knowledge to help our sheepdogs be healthier and live better lives. So, thank you to all the sheepdogs that tuned in that are going to be watching this after the fact. Stay healthy and remember, watch your six, and most importantly, watch their hands. Hands are what kill. Watch their hands. And a quick note: this week, the past few days during the holidays, we had a couple officers, canine officer, uh, lose their lives. And we want to let everyone know, their families, their departments, know that we are thinking about them. We are praying for them. And we're keeping you guys in our hearts and our prayers. It's always a never a good time to lose an officer, but for a family and a department to lose an officer on or around Christmas, of course, it's been a little bit tougher. So want to let all those people know that we're thinking about you in our hearts, in our prayers, and we're pulling for you. So we got your six. Take care. And until next time, we're signing out. 221 Be Tactical.